So Ghostek reached out to me and said, hey, do you want to check out some cases for the iPhone 12? I said, yeah, absolutely. And they said, what else do you have? And I've got a couple iPhones here. So they sent out, well, these. That's a lot of cases. So I'm not gonna go over every single case because a lot of these are the same. Now they did send me out a variety for each phone because that's what I told them I had. They went way above and beyond. But for example, we've got the Iron Armor 3, we've got the Cloak, the Covert 3, the Nautical 2, the Exec 4, and the Atomic Slim. Now, each of these cases are available on iPhone and a bunch of other varieties. So be sure to hit the link in the description. You can check them all out and maybe your phone is in there as well. So let's go ahead and start off with one here for the iPhone 12 Pro Max, big boy right here. And this one is actually really cool. I was messing with this earlier. This is a nice rugged style case here. There's not a whole lot of flexibility in this. This is the Executive 4, and this has a really cool thing here. You notice on the back here, this is a card holder. Now, I believe you can hold about 4 cards in here. I don't know if you necessarily want to hold all 4 in there. It looks like it's got a little bit of pullback on that, so you should be able to put up to 4 cards in there. I would think maybe like a driver's license and a credit card and maybe one other card on that. But what's really cool about this is this wallet actually detaches. So if you want to go ahead and pay something, take it off, put the phone back in your pocket and pay what you're paying, you can do that. Or if you don't want to take it at all one day, you can go ahead and slide that off and you don't have to bother with it. Now, it does have a nice little grip here, and this is not going to fall out. I mean, this is really in here. And again, it's really tight in there. Now, as far as getting the phone in there, it's actually really easy. Okay, so taking a look at this, I actually really like this a lot. It's got some great lay on the table here. Now, I've got a screen protector on here, and that's not hitting. And as far as protection beyond that, you do have some great rails here on the side. So if you're hitting the corners, you're good to go on that end. And of course, you've got your wallet on the back there. Taking a look around the side, on both sides here, they have this little grippy feel, which I actually really like. That's a nice addition to that. Got a smooth edge on the back there. We'll take a look at that in a second. As far as the responsiveness of the buttons, I actually like that. That is really nice. Not too horrible as far as pushing those buttons at all. Some good feedback on that. You do have some good cutouts here for your charger, your speaker, and your mic on there. Coming around the side, you got the buttons are covered. I talked about that already. Reaching out to the vibrate switch here, that's easily to get to. And of course, on the other side, you've got your sleep wake button on there. Taking a look around the back here, you've got some great lay on the table for your camera lens as well. Look at that, that's completely covered in there. So if you're dropping it, nothing sticking up in there. That'll give you some added protection on there. Nice lip around there. Now, of course, we talked about the wallet already, which slides in and out. The one thing that I would just be careful is if you do take this off, you do have some gaps here on the side, so you are accessible to the back of your phone. So if you're not going to use that wallet on the back there, keep in mind that you could get some dust or dirt or stones in there to scratch the back of your phone. But without the case in there, or I should say the wallet, nice little design on the back there. But that's actually really nice. I like that a lot. This is something I think I'm going to be trying to use a little bit when I'm going out, if we ever go out again. So keeping the theme of the iPhone 12 Pro Max, something that is very important, it's keeping it slim. Definitely want to do that. Now, this is the Atomic Slim here. Definitely has some good shock absorption technology. R7X, I'm not quite sure exactly what that means, but it is 12 feet drop tested. So a very rugged case, but slim. So very important with the iPhone 12 Pro Max because, I mean, let's be honest, this thing is massive. So when it comes to the case itself, you don't want a whole lot of bulk when you're trying to hold the phone as it is. Now, taking this out of the case here, I did mess around with this on another phone. I think it was the 12 Pro or the 11 Pro. This is interesting, to say the least. This feels like aluminum on the side here. I'm not quite yet. Look at that, aluminum alloy frame, raised camera lip, slip, the whole nine. We'll talk about that in a second. This looks like it might be like a two-piece case here because this aluminum frame around the side here, I don't think it comes off I've been messing around with a little bit, and it looks like it's really difficult to get that off, so you might just want to leave that on there and snap the phone in there itself. But, you know, when it comes to switching these cases out and moving this, it's so much easier just to do it this way. So, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, see, that works out much better when you're trying to put a case on. But man, I gotta tell you, right from the get-go, this thing actually is official as hell. Now, as far as the corners go, right off the bat, I notice you've got some drop protection. If you're gonna be dropping this, I would think that you're gonna start messing up the sides here a little bit. Right along the side, you do have a raised rubber edge, so that gives you a little bit of gripability as you're holding on to the phone itself. So that is really cool. And taking a look at the other side, same thing, you do have the rubber grab there. Now, I did notice that you do have covered buttons, and as I was messing with the other phone, I do feel like it's just a little bit tougher to do, but certainly not a pain in the butt, where you're not going to be able to put your volumes up and down. I just noticed that there's not a lot of feedback on this. It's pretty much not a lot of noise. I don't know if you can hear that or not. There's not a lot of noise, but it is working, and it feels like it was going to be harder at first, but it seems like it's okay. I don't think I had it right on the other phone when I was messing around with it, but ample cutout on the bottom for your charging, mic and speaker on the bottom. This is where I like this case. You have the openness on the back. You can check out what iPhone you're rocking. Now, the lip on this one is a little bit smaller than the executive, but it still does the same thing. Completely covered up around the side there. I actually like this. This is pretty cool. Like I said, you got some good drop protection on the front here. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. It's got a nice lip, so you're not going to have any problems dropping that, especially if you got a screen protector on. So don't forget your screen protectors. This actually might be one of my favorites so far. Yes, I do love the wallet, but so far, so good. Now, they do come in a couple different colors. I believe it's the frame that's the different color on that. Same thing goes for all these other ones, but we'll pop up some of them right here. You can check them out. But I really do like this case. That's pretty cool. Now, I think this is kind of funny because the 12 mini is so small, but yet they make an iron armor case here. Now, there are a lot of people out there that still do like to do this. You have your rugged case, but you also have a belt clip, so you can decide if you want to slap that bad boy on your belt, and then you can hook it up, and that way you don't lose your phone. Now, this is actually pretty cool. It comes with a screen protector on this. I didn't notice any of the other ones coming with screen protectors. I don't think so. So this is one of those full gear, solid, whole nine cases. So, screen protector on that, that's actually really cool. Now, you may not be a fan of using the belt clip, and that's fine. I'm not a huge fan of it either, but there are a ton of people out there who like this. Now, more than just this case does a lot more. If you notice here on the bottom, you do have, or I should say on the back, you do have the ability for a kickstand. So that is absolutely awesome. And if you notice here on the side, a slot for one card. I mean, you cannot go wrong when it comes to this case doing everything. Screen protector, card holder, clip on the back for a stand. I mean, come on, this thing does it all. I would buy it just for this, and, you know, if I don't use it. You want an extra one? There you go. This almost feels like a two-piece case here, but I don't want to take that out because of the kickstand that's sliding all in there and the card and whatnot. I think it's just easier just to throw the phone on here by itself and put that in. Yeah, this has some great lay on the table on the front here, man. That is really deep in there. I like that, especially for the iPhone 12 mini. It's small already. Adding a little bit of bulk to it, I don't think is going to hurt this. And to be honest with you, it's not really a whole lot of bulk. I mean, on the back there, you can see that is... I'm looking in my screen, it's not all that high, very unobtrusive. Looking around the side here, you do have this two-piece feel. Now the top portion is a little more rubbery than the bottom. It's just like a harder plastic on the back here. So what's hitting is the rubber on the corner of the phone. Now you can kind of hear a little bit of this stuff moving around. So that's what's moving. Don't worry, the phone is not loose. Taking a look at the bottom, you got a big cutout for your charger. No problem with any third parties. Microphone and speaker, nice and cut there. Now they also have the ability to add a lanyard, which I did not see in the case. Might be something you can add down the road if you've got one. The buttons are covered, and let me tell you, very responsive, nice and clicky, quite satisfying. The phone is going nuts. Yeah, volume rockers are the same. A little bit of a deep cutout there for the vibrate switch, but easy to get to, not a problem at all. The camera cutout, super deep. Now, they did have this rubber built up on the sides here. I think that's going to stop any flashback or getting any aberrations or anything like that, thinking you're looking at a ghost. But it happens. And very deep in there, protecting your camera. Very, very nice. And like I said, tons of drop protection. If you want to sit here and watch a movie, a video, I think that is absolutely awesome. Stand it up. Very cool. And you know what? You could probably even put your hand in there and hold that as a pop socket style deal. It will collapse on your finger and that could hurt, but just food for thought. So a very cool case. I like this a lot, especially for the iPhone 12 mini, and gives a little bit of bulk and some drop protection. Very cool phone case. Oh, and of course, if you're someone that likes to use the belt clip, I'm sorry. I apologize. That just goes in there like yay. And snaps in there. Look at that. Little belt loop goes. Does it go 360? It does go 360. A lot of people don't do that, and it drives them absolutely batty. So there you go. Oh, look at this. I just realized that. You can have it on that clip there as well. So if you do put the phone the other way, you can hold that up as a stand as well. Very cool. A little redundant, but albeit the same. Pretty cool. I like that. A little bit more rugged. That way you don't have to take it out. You can just leave it in there. But very nice. I usually put my phone face forward in there so the screen is not out whenever I used a belt clip years ago. So that's a pretty cool case. Pretty cool combination. And the screen protector. Very neat. This is the Nautical 2. This is a completely sealed case. So if you're going to be going out on the boat, going mountain climbing, anywhere wet, anywhere dust, this is going to be the case for you. And so when they call this extreme proof, you see you've got water, snow, dust, and drop protection. This is pretty cool. You've got 20 feet or 6 meters watertight design for 1 hour. And I believe on the back here, drop tested, doesn't say how far, but I'm going to be completely honest with you, it's probably like 10 feet, 15 feet. This thing is pretty official. So taking a look at the case here, this thing really does come with everything. I was checking it out with one of the other phones, and this is what you got. A 2-piece case, so this is the top piece right here. And again, since this is completely sealed, this has a front on it. Now, it does come with a cover on the front here. You can peel that off. We'll do that once we install it. Next, you have a microfiber cloth to keep everything clean. You always want to clean the front of your phone off before you put it in. Now, I do have a screen protector on this. We'll see how that works out when we try it in the case itself. Got a little sticker there. These little clear stickers right here, these are for the vibrate switch on the side here. Well, it's actually right there. It goes on the inside here, and that will allow you to replace that. And we'll go over that in a minute. Got a lanyard. This is nice because if you're going to be going in the water and whatnot, you can put that on your wrist and you're not going to lose it, or it's not going to fall off or something along those lines. This is how to install it. So if you want to double check that, some things are very important that you're going to need to do before you even put this on your phone. They do want you to seal it up, and they do want you to drop it in a bowl of water in the sink, fill it up with water, and submerge it for about an hour. So when you go ahead and you're done, dry it off, take it out, make sure the inside is dry. Now, of course, you want to make sure that you've got this completely sealed around the outside of the case. And when you do put that on, you do get a nice little satisfying click, but you also can match up the rubber sides here across the edge just to make sure that you're sealed up. And again, everything is closed here. Everything is sealed. Even your camera is sealed. And of course, that vibrate switch. Drop it in for an hour. Take it out. If it's completely dry, you're good to go. If it's not, reach out to their customer service and they'll probably send you a new one or ask you a couple questions and then send you out a new one to replace it, because again, you don't want this to leak. So let's go ahead and throw this in here. As you see, I did seal that up. They do have a little lip here down at the edge, and if you don't have fingernails or anything like that, you can put a quarter or a penny in there, peel that up. Same thing goes, oh, it is not on the other side, it's just on one side. Once you get that, it'll easily come up. Now, there are a lot of cases out there in the past, and this is a while ago, so take this with a grain of salt, that had a little gasket going around the edge here. As a matter of fact, I think, no, there is not a gasket. It's built in there. Some of these had gaskets in them, not this particular brand, but it was something that wore out after a while. So drop your phone in there, and that will actually snap into place. Now, there is a little bit of a gap here around the edge. That's nice for drop protection. You know that your phone's going to be well protected. And of course, you're going to drop the back piece on here. This iPhone 11 Pro Max is the green one, so you do get a little bit of a view on the back of the phone, which is actually kind of cool. But taking a look at the front here, we do have a little screen protector so it doesn't scratch up when you first get your case. So first things first, you got a nice easy touch, easy touch on there. Doesn't look like it's delayed or anything like that at all. As I do that, now it does it. No, it looks good there. I don't think I feel any delays with having a screen protector on the phone. So if you're gonna throw this in there, you're going out on a trip, don't have to worry about taking your screen protector off. It'll work good enough. As far as the view goes, I think it looks good. I do have a little bit of a reflection there from probably the case itself, but again, a little bit of a reflection, better trade-off for having your phone sealed. Taking a look around the side here, you do have some nice little grips on both sides here. The volume rockers and the sleep-wake button look good there. Little bit tough to push right off the bat, but I gotta say, you do get some feedback on there. This is a pretty rugged case. It is going in there pretty far as the buttons go. But it's not horrible. It's not great, but it's not horrible. But that's the whole point of the case, ultimate protection. And you do have your silent switch here, or vibrate switch. And again, that has that little piece on there. Where did I put those? It has these placed inside there. So this is sealed too, but it still lets you put it on and off in silent mode. So that's pretty cool. And again, there's your sleep wake button. On the bottom of the phone here, this is all sealed nice and tight. The microphone and speaker do have that same covering that the vibrate switch does on the inside. Now you can peel this open to charge your phone. Now the port is really small and really deep in there, so your third-party connectors or lightning cables might not work in there. So make sure if they're about the same size as the original, then you're good to go. But just a heads up on that as far as that goes. It goes back in there nice and neat. Real thick port on that, by the way. I don't know if you saw that when I took that out, but that is something that is really nice to know, that it's got a dual layer on there. So there should be no water getting in there. Taking a look around the back, you got a nice little frosted look here. Can kind of see the phone in there, not really sure of the color. So, oh well, but it does look nice. Little logo down there at the bottom. Very rugged around this, as well as the whole entire case is. Cameras are covered, so's the light. Hopefully you won't get any weird glares or anything like that, since this is a little covering on there as well. So you got to make sure that you keep those clean, keep the phone clean before you put it in the case, and that way you're good to go. Speaking of the protection on this phone, the bumps here on the edge are absolutely monstrous on this thing. I don't think you're ever gonna have a problem dropping this, getting any damage. The phone is protected in this, no problems whatsoever. An absolute beast of a case. You can't go wrong. Okay, so the next case I want to take a quick look at is the Cloak 4. Now this one is kind of similar to the Covert 3 here, but it does look a little bit different. Drop tested, got some extra little grippy things here on the sides. Let's just go ahead and throw those on the phone here, and let's see if this works. Oh, ooh, did that? Yeah, it worked. All right. So taking a look at this case, again, tons of ruggedness on this. Front lay on the table is a lot. Got a screen protector on there, you know all that. Great lay on the table, like I said. Corners, major impact. Not as soft as some of the other cases, a little more rugged on that. But on the side here, you do have some nice little grips. That's actually pretty nice with the Cloak written on the side there. A little inconspicuous. Ghostek on that side. Buttons are covered, and I gotta say, the feedback on this is actually really nice. The volume, oh, I just switch that out to the, no, okay, let's go, no, okay, there we go. Volume rockers work really good on that. I'm very happy with that. Definitely much easier after trying the nautical, taking pictures, all right. Definitely easier than the nautical, but that can be expected. The vibrate switch is nice and open there. I do like that. Top is clear. On the bottom, you do have an ample cutout for the lightning port. That's a lot. They probably could have put a little bit more back on there. I don't think you have third parties that go that large. I noticed that with a couple of the other cases. Then, of course, you have your opens down there for your microphone and your speaker. Taking a look at the back, you got a nice little design here on the side. Adds to the gripability of the phone. I do like that. Can't see the phone all that much, see the color or anything like that. A little Ghostek on there on the bottom. Still inconspicuous. You got a nice cutout here for your camera. A little bit of a raised lip, not too much. It does kind of lay flat back there, but you're not going to have any issues, you know, laying this down. It's not going to bump your camera unless something jumps up in there and could hit it. But protection-wise, this thing's got it. I don't think you're going to have a problem with that whatsoever. Very, very nice case. By the way, I almost forgot to mention, these cases, they do talk about making sure that you can charge them wirelessly. I did notice on some of them here, yes, wireless charging capable. That's on the Exec 4. The nautical, I do not know. We're gonna have to try these out in another video. Maybe I'll do that for you. But I would say that the Covert and I don't necessarily know about the iron one, but it does look like it will tell you on the back. Dropping cases. Heads up, maybe we will do that quick update down the road after I test these, just to make sure they all work. Or you can go on the website and see if they have any information. The company definitely will answer the question if you're not sure. Of course, let's take a look at the Covert right now. A little bit of a different design on this. And again, it's a little lighter and actually a lot more flexible than the Covert. I think that was called the Covert on that. Yeah, this one's the Covert, the Cloak that's on here right now. So let's just see if we can get this to go through in one fell swoop. Okay. There is the case itself, looking pretty good. Maybe even a little bit darker than the Covert case on there, but definitely lighter. They do have these little color tabs here on the inside. These cases do come in a variety of colors. Again, you can check that out on the website. This one does seem to be a little bit lighter. And I noticed that this wasn't as flexible as this cloak was less flexible, I should say, than this Covert. So very, very nice looking case. A little more rounded on the edges here. I like that. Gives it a smaller feel, especially for this larger phone. And plenty of lay on the table. I keep turning the camera on. Plenty of lay on the table there. Very, very nice. Also, massive drop protection on this one as well. This has 2 times military drop grade protection. This R2X impact technology, and this obviously has to do with the corners on here. Very, very nice, very bouncy on that as well. Volume rockers and sleep wake button are covered. These might actually be more responsive than on the Cloak 4. These are very nice. I like how nice and tactile these feel. Your vibrate switch, a little bit tighter than the other one, but you can get to that as well. Same thing goes for the bottom here. I think they cut this out too much. You went a little bit too far on there. Mic and speaker are open. Taking a look at the back here, you can see the design through here, and this does have some bumps on the edges here. So I do like that. And of course, you got your camera cut out. That is really flat on there. Definitely a little bit different than the Cloak and a couple of the other ones where they were raised. That is very sleek, very small case that offers a lot of protection for a large phone. So I do like that. I really think that that is cool. That is a nice looking case. In fact, all these are really good looking cases. Durable protection. They can be a little bit light, so you don't feel like you're adding a ton of bulk to your phone, but you're not giving anything up as far as the protection goes. I like that. Now, of course, they do have some beefy ones here. The all-weather protection and the nautical. Absolutely awesome. I can't thank the folks over at Ghostek enough for sending all of these cases out. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comment section below. In the meantime, go ahead and check out one of these other videos that I got going on here. Other cases for the phones and whatnot. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.